this is a different kind of a video that I probably won't do anymore just like it. I don't know if I will or not, but in 1999, I don't know necessarily if young people nowadays are even aware of this, because there have been, unfortunately, a lot of school shootings over the years. A whole lot of murders in schools, and it's a horrible thing. But in 1999, in Littleton, Colorado, Columbine High School. This was a small town, okay? A small town, small school compared to, like, I grew up in a big city. Lots and lots of people here, but not at Columbine. And there were, two young guys, two students, Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold. And people talk about that like, oh, that they were outcasts, they were trying to get revenge on the other students, that they were bullied and they were tired of being bullied. If you know anything about that situation, they were like mock-up gangsters, okay? Might sound like a weird thing to say, but they had a lot of friends. They were a clique. They were just like punks, basically. And yeah, a lot of friends. Way more friends than I ever had. Way more friends. They were a group. They called themselves the Trenchcoat Mafia. They thought they were so bad and cool and whatever. And they decided that they're just going to set bombs in their schools and kill a bunch of people. Maliciously, horrifically, graphically murder people. And they didn't really have a legit reason. Not that there ever is a legit reason to do it. But, so the bombs did not go off in the school that they set up. But, I mean, they showed up at the prom, which was just I think just like 4 nights before this tragedy happened. And I'm not really even, I don't want to talk too much about those two young men. The emphasis that I want to put on this is one of the victims. And there were 12 students that were killed and 1 teacher. It was like breaking news. You see the video footage of the kids evacuating the school and, authorities rushing in, and it was a big deal, because this wasn't something that you just heard about. It wasn't a normal thing, not like now where it's like you can go through a whole list of school shootings since then. One of the victims was a 17-year-old girl named Rachel Joy Scott. And I didn't even live in the same state, okay? I did not live in Colorado at all. So I didn't know any of these people personally. All I knew was the stories that their families were telling. And one of the stories that just really caught my attention was Rachel Scott's story. Beautiful 17-year-old girl. Her dad was a pastor. I believe they were a Baptist Christian family. But this girl had such a heart for God. She truly loved God. She had a prayer journal that she would write in, and afterwards they published her prayer journal. And I had checked her book, one of the books out, called The Journals of Rachel Scott. There was another book too, but I never read that, never had it in person. But anyway, the story about this girl, and it wasn't just her parents talking about her, because parents will always find wonderful things to say about their children, whether it's true or false, okay, but anyway, her particular story that her family was sharing was just her love for God and her love for people. So I started, they launched a website. I watched her funeral service, and I was just so drawn to it for some reason. Something about her testimony was just so powerful and really impacted my life quite a bit that I wanted to be that way.
Keep it down.
So I just like got really into this because like I don't know, I felt like I could relate to her in a lot of ways because I always felt personally like God was drawing me. And I wanted to reach out to people. But then at the same time, I was such an outcast. I had terrible social skills. I really didn't have any true friends. And I was just scared. I was scared of people. I just, I don't know. It's like I had a fear of communicating with people. And that was a huge hindrance to me of being able to reach people. But seeing this girl's story and hearing other people's testimonies about their interactions with her. And so I checked out the book from the library, The Journals of Rachel Scott, and I read through it, and I was just so impressed and so like inspired by her story that I wanted to kind of follow in her footsteps. And I contacted her dad, Daryl Scott, through email, I think from the website, because they had like racheljoyscott.com or something. I think that's what it was. And he responded, and I told him how she had inspired me, and just, I was 14. I'm sorry. I was 14 and she was 17. Okay. So I was not a child or anything. I was 14. And he responded and said, thank you for your message, and thank you for carrying Rachel's torch. Like,
I love you, kids.
That she had, am I talking to kids? That she had dropped her torch. She was, oh my goodness. I get so emotional about stuff, but because I believe she just, oh my, she could have done so much in this world. And I believe that she did do a lot. Her testimony, and it, like the scripture says, their works do follow. So I'm somebody that she inspired to pursue God and ministry. But yeah, she was someone that I never met in person, but I really look forward to seeing her in heaven. And I know she's in heaven and she's happy, and she just she graduated from life early, unfortunately, but yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. And if you've never heard of her, she might inspire you too. And I think she inspired a lot of young people, not just me, but a lot of young people. And I would definitely recommend doing some research on her and checking out her book. The book her parents put out there, like I said, The Journals of Rachel Scott. It's very in-depth from the mind of a teenager who is living in the real world, but who also loves God and wants to really have a really awesome relationship with God while also reaching people. And anyway, so I just wanted to share that. And yep, she's somebody I'll be excited to see in heaven someday, and I'll tell her how you inspired me. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to finally be able to meet you. So God bless you guys.